At this point, we will get everyone to breathe through quiet, and we'll hand it off to Billy and his team to present their stuff.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. My team, Billy, Ethan, Alec, and I will be pitching to you today Newstar services. So let's begin with the telecommunications sector. There's been a lot of high growth in this sector. It's a really high leverage sector overall, and there's steady cash flows. But more importantly, the diversified communication industry in itself, with increased content, accesses, and networks, it has a need for interoperability services, and that's where Newstar comes in because it specializes in network addressing, and route policy management, with three specified areas being carrier services, enterprise services, and its brand new acquisition, Target's Information Analytics. So we'll begin with carrier services, where its primary function is to connect the receiver signals to the communicator signals with ordering management, internet protocol, and numbering services. Basically what this does is it smooths out the communication highways and keeps the entire telecommunication sector running smoothly. And within the past quarter, they've had a recognition of $114.2 million. That's an 18.1% growth since 2010. Within their enterprise services, they're more focused on internet infrastructure and registry. Within their internet infrastructure, they specialize in DNS systems, internet traffic, and smoothing out the internet traffic so that they can optimize their performance overall. And also with managing registry services, they have addresses, market analytics, and they specialize in SMS codes, which therefore leads into revenue coming in from customer transaction fees, setup fees, and monthly fees. And also their brand new acquisition of Target's Information Corporation, along with its minor acquisitions that it had earlier, has kind of led into an operational synergy. And so this is a new stream of revenue for them, and this focuses a lot on information analytics and caller ID, focusing where Newstar provides them with lead verification, inventory management, and network security. And this acquisition cost them about $650 million. So this has, again, led them to operational synergy overall. And now Ethan's going to talk about risks.
Competitors first. But, all right, so in the sector of the domain name registry services, there's two of their main competitors, which is VeriSign and Affiliates Limited. And to start off with, Newstar operates and manages the domain names of .us and .biz. VeriSign, they provide domain name registry services for the big ones, .com, .net, CC, and they manage the largest directory of domain names. They're a bigger company, but there's a lot more profit that we see in our company. Affiliates Limited, also service provider .org, .asia, and .aero domains, and they're the second largest registry service providers. But the main difference is that they concentrate on just domain name services, and Newstar does a wide variety of services. And then also other competitors include Cineverse, Telecordia, and IBM, and that has to do with inter-carrier communication services. But they don't match up to Newstar's expertise and the service that Newstar can give through their smaller business. Okay, and then the risks that we see most with Newstar start off with their data centers, or where they hold all their databases that are used by their clients. So any kind of damage to that, or information loss, or security breaches within those data centers are all a very big risk, and they actually outsource their hardware, software, and all the equipment to a third party. So they need to just make sure they have a good third party to handle that so they don't lose revenues when they screw up in that area. And then another major thing is regulatory changes. In an evolving telecommunications industry, there's going to be changes all the time, different laws, different fees that come up. So the only problem with that is as those laws change, there's possible increases in costs. All right, and then some competitive advantage we can look at for Newstar. One, their database and the architectural structure of it all is poised for growth right now. They set it up to where they can have huge increases in volume and have little effect in cost. So they have economies of scale as they increase their volume. Clients not going to have much more cost associated with that. and that means they're also flexible to grow. And then right now they have around 12,100 corporate clients, some of which include AT&T and Verizon. So when you're calling from AT&T to someone on Verizon, connecting through the nodes of that network, Neustar is managing that. And they also have locked-in contracts in North America until 2015 and 2016, which is guaranteed revenue for the next few years. And then they also have optimized business processes, which instead of a company having IT services like that in-house, they can specialize in, it can be outsourced to Neustar for lower costs.
Okay, so I know that earlier that Ethan was talking about competitors, but really, it's really hard to find a direct competitor to Neustar because they do something that's extremely unique, right? They provide services that are highly optimized and that no one else, especially in-house network systems from like IBM and their own carriers, cannot compete. And so therefore we see earlier that Chris was talking about acquisition of Targus Info. And with that we see that this company is making unique acquisitions and they're being smart about their investments. And together, by pulling that together, they're looking for growth. And later on, I think Alan will talk about prospects in the industry.
In Neustar, I think it's important to point out that